Is it a choice in Seattle between Russ or Pete Carroll for John Schneider if he is in danger? I don't know why that would be, but I know some Seattle fans are beginning to chafe because that's the way it seems to be. Although, Russ, they got a couple years left of contractual control, and Pete signed through 2025. Could they run it back, or are we off that we're just like it's a choice that they can't coexist anymore? What's going on in Seattle, Ian? There,
I don't think it's a choice. I do think they need to make sure that Jody Allen, the owner, wants all of them there. And this is the problem. This is like what I was talking about with the owner thing. Like when all of us talk about coaches who are safe or on the hot seat or coming back, there's been reports on everyone. I mean, there were reports that Judge was coming back. There's all sorts of reports on these coaching stuff, but like nobody knows what's going to happen in Seattle because, as far as I can tell, nobody's talking to Jody Allen, and that is the voice that matters. And I don't even know that anyone there knows what's going to happen. But I think what it's going to be is not a choice. I think it is going to be are we on the same page moving forward with what we want to do? And if the answer is yes, then I think they're all going to come back. If the answer is no, then it's like who's not on board and why not, and how does she end up dealing with that? I think that's more of what it is.
I don't know why wouldn't she want everyone back? I mean, they have a history together. The question is there a bridge and too much water underneath it? That's the general sense because of the way that Russ was, talking, or people on his behalf talking right around next month last year. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Right.
He was
talking for himself. That was the craziest thing.
Well, as I say, like Pete hasn't forgotten.
Man of the Year campaign.
Right. You know what I mean? Like Pete has not forgotten how to coach, and Russ, we saw what happened the last 2 weeks of the season, which, by the way, like if he was, supposed to sit out and wait for his finger to heal for as long as it probably needed to, like that kind of makes sense, right? Even though he said it's not my finger and all that business. That's why I'm asking, because the general, conventional wisdom, whether it's wise or not, is that these two can't coexist anymore. Run is over. Somebody's going to have to, like, if somebody says Pete's staying, Russ is like, screw it, I'm out of here. Let's get me out of here, or vice versa, right?
I mean, you kind of hit on the main problem, is that they played so well at the end of the year. So, like, might you look at that and say, okay, if this quarterback is healthy, we are still good. And they ran the ball so well at the end. I mean, Rashad Penny, who, like, was given up for dead many times, looked awesome. So could I say to myself, if I was on the Seahawks, like, all right, we'll just do this again next year. Like, we can be good again. And maybe this year was an anomaly. Or maybe for the Seahawks, maybe, I don't know what the market's going to be for Russell Wilson, but what if it's not as good as it was last year? Then do you say, all right, well, we're not going to trade him for just 1-1 because that doesn't make sense, so we're just going to bring him back. Like, there's so much that goes into it, and, like, I, as someone who does this for a living, I'm having a hard time projecting what's going to happen because I really don't know.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.